Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Booze Bites. You know the drill. This is the show where I teach you how to cook with booze, but not just any booze, local booze. Today, we are making something very hearty, something very delicious, and something very perfect for these cold, cold January days. We are making creamy mac and beer cheese. Now, before we get into the vital part of this recipe, the cheese, let's talk about the beer. Today I'm using a North Fork Brewing Co. beer called Dark Side of the Maple. So before we cook, let's try this. Tell me, is there anything better in the world than this sound right here? Woo! This is delicious, but now let's cook with it. So perhaps the most vital part of any mac and cheese is the cheese. Today we're going to be doing it a little bit differently, and we are going to be making beer cheese, which is kind of exactly how it sounds. It is a melted cheese sauce that is made with beer. The beer is going to add a really nice depth of flavor, especially something darker like a stout or a porter. First things first, we are going to melt the butter over medium heat. Once that's melted, we are going to throw in some flour and whisk that and cook that for a couple minutes, just until the flour has turned sort of a light golden color and starts bubbling. Next, we are going to slowly whisk in our milk, and to that we are going to add our beer. And then finally to that, we are going to be adding our cheese. I am using two types of cheeses. I'm using two different types of cheddar, a sharp cheddar and a mild cheddar, and then Parmesan cheese. I'm using a 50-50 cheddar to Parmesan. You can use whatever type of cheese you want, but I prefer to use something a little bit more aged, like a Parmesan, and then something a little bit less aged, like a cheddar. I feel like that they go very well together. At this point, this pot is gonna look a little crazy. The cheese will not have combined very well with the liquid. You're gonna think, oh my God, I ruined it, but just trust the process. Let it cook for about 10 minutes. The cheese is slowly going to melt. Stir it every couple minutes to make sure nothing sticks to the bottom, but eventually the mixture will start to thicken up. Once you get it to a nice thick consistency, you are going to add in your spices. I am adding paprika, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and nutmeg, but feel free to use whatever spices you want / have on hand. And now our cheese sauce is done, so let's combine it with our macaroni. Here we have our cheese sauce, and here's our macaroni. I'm using kind of this fun corkscrew shape, but again, you can go traditional with macaroni. All I'm gonna do is pour this right over the top. I cooked the pasta 2 minutes shy of being done because this is going to finish in the oven. And then on top, because why not, it's mac and cheese. This is not a dish for those on a diet. I am adding another cup of Parmesan cheese as well as some chopped up bacon. On top of that, I'm adding some breadcrumbs. And this is going into the oven at 375 for about 20 minutes. Oh my God, it smells insanely delicious in here. Can you hear this crackling? Just the sound of it is so delicious. So because I am a little bit ridiculous and over the top when it comes to food, instead of just eating the mac and cheese, I bought some bread to make into a bread bowl. So let's do that. I am so excited for this carbs and cheese mountain of deliciousness. I am so excited to eat. So, I mean, that is amazing. I mean, it's cheese, it's carbs, it's bacon. There's really not a bad ingredient in this dish. The cheese has such a deep flavor to it that like a traditional mac and cheese sauce just doesn't have, that you get from this amazing beer. And it just adds like another level of complexity to the mac and cheese. The crispy top layer with the bacon and the extra cheese and the breadcrumbs is just adds another layer of texture. And I am gonna devour this right now. So with that, cheers.